outside.
Outside? You expect us to climb up the trade tower?
There's a series of catwalks that lead directly up one floor to the executive level.
Well, I guess after you.
Here we go.
Give up already. Spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
Nobody's gonna miss you. Damn it! Ah! You're coming in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. You have what's mine. I indirectly. Although I do count a few more. You do make a bold point.
Perhaps I can help. We're both people of business, Nicholas. In the same.
Yes, I'm beginning to see the opportunity. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves. If that is your decision, you need only tell him yourself, and then...
Assuming there is no information we are lacking, that's it.
My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure
Just let him go. No sense in more violence. We have an opportunity to spare a man's life. I know he probably wouldn't do the same for us. But that should...
I suppose that is ours now. Eh?
Oh no. You. "10 years working in aerospace engineering, and they laid me off. They tell you if you have talent and commitment, you can go far. But the truth is, it's all about who steals the most and gets away with it. Slayton took it all. Probably in one of his secure accounts somewhere.
I'll settle up with him later. Arbitration, lawyers, all that nonsense.
Please, I was just trying to sell a product, okay? Isn't that why we're all here?
Be lenient. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all, even if we have found ourselves working with the man he stole from.
Use this opportunity to alter the trajectory of your life.
A rare moment of compassion for this city. Very well.
Time to go. Let's talk more back at the ship.
This was a good meeting. Very
Talk back.
productive.
Until next time.
What did you need? Goodbye.
Get going. Mr. Slayton is done with you. Have a nice day.
Get going. Have a nice day.
Gangs can keep from killing each other.
The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end to what can be accomplished when there are credits to be made. It's good to be back in our own ship.
with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think? Thank you. I guess. Some people call Issa a jewel, but she's more than that to me. I can't really describe it. There's a me, and a her, and an us. And I wouldn't trade the us for all the credits in neon.
You are very fortunate, and I am glad that you see it.
All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with Constellation's newest star. Yes, I used a pun. Forgive me.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
If something's on your mind, you can tell me. Now that we have a moment, I wanted to ask how you're feeling. After your experience at the temple, you've given everyone at the lodge. That's distressing, but to be expected, I suppose. According to what I've heard, your body absorbed an almost unquantifiable amount of energy of a type we can't even begin to understand. We're dealing with something unknown to modern science. Who knows how this encounter has affected your body or your mind? Everything okay? You've suddenly gone quiet. Whatever it is, just tell me. Well, good. I'm pleased to hear that. That temple proves we're dealing with entities of unknown origin. The problem is that we can't even begin to guess what their intention was towards us and where they've gone. Perhaps. It's just that... Now I'm afraid that we're flying almost completely blind here. All we know for certain at this point is that whoever created the artifacts are the same beings that built the temple. Anything else is just guesswork. I might as well put on a blindfold and toss darts at theories written on the wall. Well, don't go all quiet on me. Take your time. I don't mind waiting. I say something you didn't like? I say something you didn't like? Everything okay? You've suddenly gone quiet. As far as Constellation's concerned, you're the first human we're aware of that's ever encountered one of these places. Now, whether you consider that lucky or not, that's another matter entirely. Oh, believe me, this is positively exhilarating. Think about the significance of this research. The questions it raises alone are mind-boggling. Who was this wondrous structure built to accommodate? How long ago did these entities inhabit our universe? Are they still out there, somewhere? Yes, exactly. Now you understand why it's imperative that we solve this puzzle. It's funny. I used to think the artifacts were the end-all be-all of scientific discovery, the pinnacle mystery of our time. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead to something of this magnitude. I just hope that you'll come through this, whatever it is, unharmed. Well, yeah, yes, of course you are. I was speaking of the power you've acquired. This is all scientifically speaking, of course. Look, I've already taken up too much of your time. All I can do is promise that I'm not going to make you deal with this mystery alone. Whatever might be happening, I'll be right here to help you every step of the way.
We're clear.
Achieving orbit now.
You hold something you have no right to. My people have killed for this. But I will offer you one chance to...
Oh, that's not any time.
You see much. But our ship is created from a power beyond your understanding. Its semblance to your own vessels only aids us in math. We are the Starborn. And
No one, especially not you, determines.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. The more you understand, the more...
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from
liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from... If we spin up the grav drive now, we have... We'll get through this. Hold on.
You should have surrendered the artifact when you had the chance.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've never heard of these.
You are entering United Colony
Wait,
space.
isolation part of my
Maintain
brain?
course and prepare to be scanned.
We need to regroup at the lodge immediately.
Scan
Don't know how
complete.
to
You are
analyze
cleared
the
to land
data
at
off the
New
ship's
Atlantis.
sensors.
Please enjoy your visit to...
Agreed, we should not delay. I'm still getting used to this place. It does not quite feel like home, but...
Someday.
How is Neon? Okay. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No United Colonies Admiral approved that starship design.
They call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up? Another house for Rune?
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifacts. I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
Just because we can't ID it, doesn't mean it's not one of ours. It's got shields, engines, all the usual settled systems tech.
I don't mean to judge your grasp of material engineering, but I've never seen a starship built out of whatever that is. Although I bet if you put that ship hull and an artifact under the same lens, you'd get a match.
Noel, start analyzing all the data from the ship sensors. The gravitational wave they caused, scans of their weapons, shields, We're in the dark. We need to learn anything about them we can, including some way to... Until then, we stay the course, collect the artifacts. It's even more important now that an intelligence we don't know or understand... all we can do is be more cautious. But we are not stopping. This could end up being a race we don't want to lose. Vladimir, has the Eye picked up anything new?
Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please.
All right. Good luck, everyone. And be careful out there.
Let's talk. When you have time, of course. So, you gotta fill me in on what happened at the temple. Sounds like we need more. Then what happened? I heard you did some stuff and then you changed. Uh-huh. Hold up a second. You encountered advanced technology that altered your biology in a way that results in... In what? Superpower? Fair enough. Maybe we can run some tests later. Anyway, thanks for filling me in on the temple and your power. I wonder if we can find any more traces of whoever built them. It just opens up a world of questions. It's so exciting.
Where to begin? I've been from one end of the settle systems to the other more times than I can, but I've never, and I mean never. Who built it? Why? Yeah. No, and what you can do? But that ability, power, then who is capable of something like that? Forget about me, how are you? I mean, whatever happened, it could have deep physiological effects. I hope not mental. And even if everything's perfect, still, I can't imagine what's going through your head. That's not disturbing. No, not at all. The other Constellation members are gonna lose their minds once they hear about this. Assuming they even believe us.
Hello. Until next time.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
I'd like to talk to you about something when you have the chance. Oh, right. Very well. Let's see if I embarrass my colleagues. I venture out into the darkness of space once again. Many of you have expressed concern. At my age, you say, surely the risks are too great. Surely Sebastian Banks has earned a rest. Nonsense, I say. To go out into the unknown, to brave the possibility of never coming back, to ignite the spark of hope that humanity will find answers out there in the stars, that is all I have ever wanted. If this last expedition is my time, then I say, I have been fortunate. I have been fortunate to leave, surrounded by people who could not be more different from one another, but who share a common purpose. That, dare I say, I am fortunate my soul has a home it can always come back to. And that was the last thing Sebastian Banks ever said in the lodge before he disappeared. And Constellation has been waiting for him to come home ever since. I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon. I'm beginning to wonder if there's anything you can't handle. I'd like to test that theory. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested? Love the enthusiasm. I knew there was a reason I picked you to help with this project. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet. Now, I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done. I did not. Part of the problem is that my designers seem to be having trouble agreeing on a plan. I should mention that you're not there to make design decisions. You're there to get the project back on track and help guide them. So, ideally, you're not adding to the problem. R&D needs to happen first whenever work starts on a new project. It's a natural stalling point since we need to make so many big decisions. In this case, we're talking about looking at our existing fleet of ships and using data we've gathered to see what consumers want. But of course, each member of the R&D team can interpret that data to suit their own confirmation bias. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing here. Excellent. I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction. I expect big things from you, so I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver.
Anything I can help you with?
Again, who do you think will be the first to ask us questions? Mateo or Noel?
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
Oh, sorry. Was just doing some math
Have you been
in
up
my
to the
head.
eye recently?
Trade the gabs with
I
you.
haven't needed to go up there in a bit.
You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Ready to head back out there? The eye can help you find the
I
artifact.
love that kind of space. Pun intended.
No telling the exact number, but they got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making-do list. The eye's straining to her limb. Double-check the safety and locks wherever you go, okay? Explorations.
I love me some target practice.
Target's engine is down. Nice.
Their grav drive's down.
Target's sitting there with no grav drive now. Got their grav drive. Well, there go their shields. Whoops.
too exciting back. My crew wants you to know how much we appreciate. Any way we can repay you? Transferring credits now. Can't stay here gabbing all day. You take care.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place. We're locked in.
Good day, Captain.
I'm Walter Stroud.
Everything's so new.
Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
We are creating revolutionary new starships.
I heard they're making a new class of ship here.
Out of this world.
My business is switching to Stroud engines. It just makes sense. For reasons your design won't work. Oh, this must be Walter's consultant friend. Please, come join us. We've been waiting for you. Hi there. Hello. You must be Walter's colleague. He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no I just assumed. You know what?
Even so, we have plenty.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with but we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess right, so you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then. We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money. So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with? It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything. I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you. While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical, and the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs? And would something that expensive actually sell? Sorry, just thinking to myself. Oh, and I seem... We're all super glad you're here, right, everyone? It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management.
That's
I'm
some
actually
cool
kind of
gear.
surprised they hired me. But I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
Thanks, it's creation stuff.
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots, per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us. Sorry, this is awkward and I'm not quite sure what to do, so I really hope you'll just Right. We were talking about the two budget proposals, a smaller one and a huge one. What are you thinking? Hi, still here? I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you. It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything. Hi, still here? Oh, sorry. Just thinking to myself. I was afraid you'd say that. Look, I'm the one who has to go to the board with this proposal, so before I can convince them this is going to be worth it... Well, I'm all ears because it's... Well, there's always room for personal improvement. I hadn't considered it that way. It gives us some wiggle room if we need to try some things, and if we come in way under budget, it'll look good. Maybe listening to you could prove to the higher-ups that I'm more capable than they think. Okay, I think you made some good points. I'll go to the board with the kitchen sink proposal and get that approved.
Well, Jules, it seems you have your work cut out for you.
Great! That's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions. Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but regardless, I'm excited to help you out. This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products. Of course. But first, what pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market? Okay. Did you just check out of this conversation? Yes! Finally, a kindred spirit operating on my own wavelength. You see, while many ships will operate to that end, few ships are designed with exploration as their primary goal. It is my belief that if we build a ship with that in mind, Strata Clint will dominate that market sector. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me. Thanks. Let me tell you, we would not regret going with my idea. This is a chance to do something that will truly inspire future generations. Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by it's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great. Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. See you around, I guess.
That's some cool gear. Thanks, it's creation stuff.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to find... Good. Just so long as you don't push us to make anything too nutty. I think your decisiveness will put us back on the right track. Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and it's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
I don't want to be a target.
Maybe the venture then.
It's truth, and we need it. The others believe we need to think big and innovate. Reality is, we just need to do what we do better than anyone else. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in... What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it. Wait, really? I was expecting we'd have to argue a bit more than that. I hope you're being sincere. Because if I can convince them to go with mine, it'd save us all a lot of trouble in the end. I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and the company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction, despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made. Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. But I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead. Too much management. Not enough tactile work. And yet here I am. Resigned to my fate on the R&D team. Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, and not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am. Hope we didn't scare you off, huh?
I'm actually kind of amazed we finalized the budget. That was relatively painless.
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you. As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please. Ah, yes. At least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market. I'm glad you agree. Such an ostentatious luxury craft will be the envy of Two words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with... Of course you do. I'm glad you understand. Imagine someone like Borealis stepping out of one of our shining luxury ships. Everyone would want to look that cool. Not only would I have the chance to work on a dream ship, but that kind of exposure is guaranteed to sell it. Because I am the lead designer on the project, it is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before. Just because I do not like how corporate we have become, doesn't mean I don't... Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again, here we are. Yeah, see you.
Hi. Oh, no. Well, it's just... I'm a little new, and I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
We got a business to run. No time for sentiment.
Well, I do like the ships we're looking at.
Thank you for saying that, but like, really? So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht, something marketed more towards families. Something Mom and Dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right? Oh, really? Wow, well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it. So far I do, but just between you and... I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so... I don't know. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have. It's... interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, features, cost, and all that. And you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous, and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe. Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship. Ships are like totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired. See you later.
These ships are something else.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Releasing ship from dock. Done. We are now... move among the stars. Jump complete. Want to do it again, just for fun? No? Maybe later. They've got no shields. Offline. Go get them.
Attach their grab drive.
That was touch and go. You don't usually see spacers. I have a lot of my crew over here that want us any way we can repay. You bet. Here's some thanks again for the help.
They're not jumping out of here. You took out their jump drive.
That just took out their shields. Switching grab drive to normal. Propulsion.
Your cargo's mine!
Bam! Down goes their grab drive.
for responding. We're with, but our group... We're just too we have a workbench here, then we should be able to... We'll pay loads more. That should do us. We'll be heading out hopefully shortly.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Let's see what wonders of life this planet holds. If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
Greetings, Captain.
Never would I have imagined to encounter something like these Starborn. Now I feel that rather than... I think many have felt that way at one time or another, but to see them in person is something else, is it not? Regardless of how impossible they may have seemed before now, I must say that I do not like being threatened by anyone. If so, clearly these Starborn are connected to the artifacts, which would mean that they are also connected to that. Did they make these things? Have they... Yes. Given our first interaction, we will need to be on our guard from now on. They seem to know much about us. Perhaps we can learn more about them to make it even. We should return to our search then. Say the word, and we shall be on our way.
Coordinates on outer hatch. We're docked.
Hi. Please disregard.
Well, we're making progress. I'd like to believe that you can help my team work well with each other again, but we'll see. Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfight. Bounty hunting and mercenary work. Wonderful. I'm hoping when the time comes, I'll be able to convince the...
Versatility may not be what certain customers are.
So you managed to complete a couple different missions. This will give us lots of data to support building a ship that can tackle a variety of scenarios. Of course, if we build a ship like that, we may need the kitchen sink budget, but we'll see. Thanks for your help. Now we just need to solve our interpersonal issues so we can agree on a design. Easy, right? You seem awfully confident for someone who doesn't know how long we've been... I've tried everything I can think of besides some sort of hokey team building exercise. So... Okay, for real. It's mostly been just a bunch of arguing. First, we tried a group brainstorming session. We tried individual... I could have put my foot down and made a decision, but then I... You know what? Why not? I'll try anything at this point. And since you mentioned the idea, I think you should be the one to lead us in the guided meditation. Just feed us a steady stream of whatever positive affirmations. I don't know if it will solve the design conflicts, but maybe it'll get everyone working with each other again. And I'll take what I can get. So, you're sure about this? Okay, this should be interesting since I doubt any of us know what we're doing with this. Okay, everyone, listen up. Our new friend offered to lead us in a group meditation session as a sort of team-building exercise. Everyone take a deep breath, try to relax, and we'll get started momentarily. Listen to what he says and repeat his affirmations.
By working as a team, we can conquer any
challenge. Because Mr. Stroud is requiring us to listen to your friend, and I have every intention of doing just that because I like my job and I don't want to get fired.
My brilliance and creativity help guide us to our goal.
I trust in my teammates and they trust me.
I believe in myself and
my ability to do my job well.
My ability to do my job well.
We will get this project back on track. Nothing can stop us from success. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Thank you for leading us. I hope that was somewhat relaxing, at least.
Yeah, it was, kinda.
It was fine. I'm good to go over here.
You know what? I'll do whatever anyone wants, so long as I never have to go through something like that again.
Okay, everyone. I think that's it. Let's get back to work. This is going great. Just fantastic. Based on the decisions you made, well, I'm not quite sure what kind of ship we're going to end up with, but it should be capable in a variety of situations. It sure will have a lot of stuff to it.
These ships are something else.
Well, what do you expect? The Eklund family is loaded. Then you throw in Walter's...
This ship's going to be big, and it's going to have the best components available. I'm sure it'll be very capable of handling any situation thrown at it. This thing is going to be a beast, and I don't know how we're going to make it look halfway presentable. My only other concern comes down to the sticker price and how we're going to actually sell such a monstrosity. But that's marketing's problem now. Poor Nev. Oh, sorry. Just thinking to myself. I hope not, but it's possible. If the ship sells well enough, the board will have no problem increasing the budget next time. The data you gathered for us will last a while too. And I think I picked up some useful techniques from you to help us work together better. Now that we've addressed all our issues, we can move forward, finalize the design, and get this into production pretty quickly. If you could do us a favor and let Walter know that we're back on track, I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Thanks for your help. We'll talk later then.
You have a good day.
Not much going on. Havershaw can help you if you need anything.
I just can't believe Stroud pulled this off.
Nice to see you again. How can I help? A pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the premiere. We may be new, but
Repairs on our old ship just
the other Star Yards have been in business so long that they're set in their ways. Take Deimos. They've been making spaceships since my grandfather's days. So we looked at every facet of these elderly corporations for opportunities to revolutionize and innovate. If you don't believe me, see for yourself. Thank you. So, what sort of ship are you looking for? In my opinion, yes. Trident and Taio both value style over substance in their own way. Deimos is positively ancient, very set in their ways, and Hope Tech? Well, you don't look like you want a space barge. Let's get you a new ship. Stroud Eklund may be new. Oh, you've come.
Welcome to Stroud Eklund.
Ship's detached. We're clear.
If nothing else, Constellation does have excellent lodging.
At this, hope my employees don't give you too much trouble. Not my first time in a hostile negotiation. Admittedly, I usually know more about who I'm facing off against. I'm very interested in what Noel can learn from the scans. The technology on that ship was impressive, to say the least. If there's a chance, we could learn enough to duplicate some. I got to where I am by taking advantage of opportunities, no matter where I find them. Might as well make the most of this crazy situation. Good to hear. I figured as much. See, I just finished looking over the final design they sent over before you arrived. I've got to say, it's certainly interesting. They managed to cram just about everything they could into it. Honestly, I don't think it ever occurred to me to do something like that. I'll be honest with you. This is the most expensive ship we've ever made. But I'm confident we can set a price point to make it work. I'd be happy to make it my new personal ship. Additionally, I want you to have one of the first off the assembly line for all of your hard work. Feel free to pick it up at the Star Yard. Thanks again.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Locks, air pressure, drive, all good to go, Captain. And we're docking. And complete. Easy peasy.
Everything seems to be where we left it.
Landing initiated. Watch for flaring.
Hello, Captain.
Captain, do you require my...
Your dispatch are flawless. Do you see anything useful? We'll get there in no time. gymnastics. I don't take photos of people. Sorry. My mom is going to love... At this moment, I am an artist. I have some things, but probably nothing you want. Take a look. Fine day for a drive, is it not? Imagine how long this has been here.
highlights how little we still know. About the Starborn, the artifacts.
Struts retract. Let's get out of here.
Ah, there. Stable already achieved, like a toy sailboat released into a calm pond.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Landing gear is ready. Site is clear.
Exploration requires courage, and in this case, a functional suit.
You drive. I get too much road rage.
do not think I could tire of seeing these magnificent structures. I would like to have seen the construction of this place. The tools, the methods. There's so much that could be learned.
Our victory. Well earned.
That's some cool gear. Thanks, it's creation stuff.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade. Authorities always buying. Kiosk right here for you.